Hi, this is Maggie Harding with the Eileen Hall Inspiration Team. Today I'm going to show you how to make a three-dimensional frame with Eileen's new dies. These are the two dies. You can use them in combination. If you use these two, you'll make a 4x6 frame. If you use just this one, you'll make a 4x4 frame. If you use just this one, it'll be a 6-inch square frame. So let's get started. Okay, I've gone ahead and die cut my 4 pieces. I'm going to make a 4x6 frame. You can see there are score lines on each one. So we're simply going to fold them on all the score lines. Okay, now I've got them all folded up, so now let's glue them together. Before I glue them, I like to make sure that my folds are nice and crisp, so I'll run over them with this little tool here. Pardon my icky fingernails. I've been playing in the wax today, and you know how that goes. Okay, so I usually just fold this one down, the one with the little flap on it, and I'm going to fold this over, and I'm just going to put a line of glue down here. Fold, and I like to burnish it well so that it holds good. And we're going to do that to all 4 of them. Okay, so you want to end up with 4 little pieces like this. Notice that I did not fold this down. It's going to go together better if you don't. So our frame is going to go like this. Okay, now it helps if you have something with a little right angle on it to help get them together right. So put some glue on this little flap and some glue on the inside. And I like to make sure that I've got my seams all in the same place. And then, just for extra security, I usually put a little bit here, and here, and here. Okay, now you're going to take this piece and push it into the other piece, pushing this flap down. Okay, now here's where your right angle comes in handy. Helps you get it in there while the glue sets up. And obviously you want to use a quick drying glue. Okay, the other thing I do, I use some tape that's removable. And while this is setting up, I tape that just to hold it in place, okay? So now we're going to go all around and do the same thing. Glue on the flap, glue inside, glue here and here and here. Okay, so there's our frame. Now, a couple of things. If it doesn't go together perfectly, or you're sloppy like I am and you have a little glue spot on it, you can always take and wrap another piece of paper, some design paper, all the way around it to hide these little gaps where it doesn't always come together perfectly. Or you can put some tape on the face. Okay, if you want to put a back on it, you can, or not, depending. I think I'm going to go ahead and put one on this. Kind of helps hold things together as well. So now my frame is put together. The next thing I want to do is add some embossed strips around the side. I've used Eileen's new embossing folder, and it's called Crochet Mandala, I believe. And the important thing is to cut your strips however wide you want them. I think these are about 3/4, and then emboss them. If you emboss the paper and then try to cut your strips, nah, they don't come out exactly right. Now, I already embossed these, and so now what I want to do is rub some wax on them. I'm using Sizzix luster wax, and the embossing is really pretty either way you put them up. Really, they're really, really pretty. So let's see. I've got, make sure I get the same sides up all around. So just put a little bit of this wax on your finger and rub gently over the top. If you rub too hard, you get down into the flat part of the paper, and you don't want to do that because what you're trying to do is highlight the embossing. Here's a little trick that's been working out pretty good for me. Let's see. I've already cut these two to go on the 6-inch sides. Now I need to cut these for the 4-inch sides. So I have found that if I lay my strip in here in the die where this edge is, you could actually run it through your die cut machine and have it cut that off, but yeah, I don't think I'm a little too lazy to get up and do that. Now let's just take the scissors here and cut. Gotta hold it square. Doesn't want to do that. All right, let's see how that's going to fit. Oh, that's a little short. We might be able to make it work, though. Okay, when you cut your mitered corners, normally, you know, we put them on whatever we're putting them on and then take a razor and cut it. But because you can't put much pressure on this, I'm cheating. And I'm mitering one corner and laying it over so that it looks like it's completely mitered. Okay, let's put some glue on here. Come on. Okay, I'm going to have to get a different kind of glue for that, I can see. Now, here's our problem child. I did not cut the right corner off here, so I'm going to actually have to miter the corner down here. Okay, to miter your corners, you need a good sharp knife. You want to lay your ruler in there so that you're going from corner to corner and cut. I don't know how well this is going to work on this kind of paper. Not so well. Two things are making this hard. One, you've got the embossing there, so, and then the wax. But you know, I've got enough in there that I'm going to cheat and just raise this up and cut. There we go. Hey, that worked out pretty well. A little more. Get get my little tape out. That seemed to help. Okay, so now we have a frame, and I am going to put this picture in my frame. And then I'm going to make a tag. Isn't that pretty? I just love the embossing. So that's how you put the frame together, and that's how you do the embossing.